Well,
Hey guys, today I'm
but
on
he stole
my account,
he
you know
stole
that.
a lot of fucking Democratic votes because
But
like he said, that shit on that border,
this
that shit
game
matters
is
because all these
a
Mexicans in here
scam.
coming over here illegal
Look who
and they paying their workers under the table
do
pennies.
this. Wait,
As long as they can pay rent
wait,
and drink
wait.
Corona
It says it's 0,
and eat burritos,
but it's
they straight.
not.
I'm telling
You
you,
see, it's a
they
scam.
straight.
You see,
As long as they can
here.
work, they
Do
straight.
not buy anything if I'm here.
I
And
done
do not
seen
like
it with my own eyes.
and do not like this game.
Dudes that
This
work
is a
together, they don't
weird
know each other. They all 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them be standing in an apartment like this. And you doing roofs, you building houses, you building all that.
I just,
You know
this
how much
is just,
that legal Mexican is making? The only thing he gotta do is keep a roof over your head. He can keep a roof over your head on one job for the rest of the year.
I like it, but it still doesn't do it normal.
How the fuck the white man gonna compete with that? He can't. He can't. And it's affecting the blacks too. It is.
I'm leaving. Still, this is so expensive.
He got a lot of issues, but all his issues ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
I want this one, but I want this, I want this one, but I want this one too.
But he only doing what the average Republican do. It's what you call it? Tradition.
Yeah, I don't want this.
So to say, like it's.
I do want this one too.
These motherfuckers, look at his voters. His top was 64% of Trump voters have no college degree, and 61% make a family income of less than $100,000. Them the ones that voted for him. So y'all motherfuckers is barely working. You know they on all types of programs. If y'all it's a family, y'all have a family income of less than $100,000. Yeah, y'all on family programs too, and you not college educated or nothing like, and you making less than $100,000 as a family. It could be a family of 4, 5, 6. Y'all got less than $100,000. Y'all done voted for this fucking rich white man. He don't like the poor either. That's what I'm saying. They so stupid. He don't like the fucking poor either. So it's just stupid. Like people fucking voted for him and didn't even realize he don't like them either. He don't just. I don't even think it's about color. I don't even think it's about that with him. It's about money.
Financial, yeah.
Like the poor period. Because he don't even have a history of disliking black women. Like if you used to watch that show, I used to watch that show with fire people and all of that shit. The people he kept around the longest was the black women. Because they had fucking sense. That show he had where he would like have them do competitions and shit. You never see? Oh, okay. So that show led me to believe that he's not racist. I don't think. I honestly, 100%. I think he's trying to do what he think the people around him want him to do. Right. He's trying to do what the people that voted for him want him to do. So that's what
he respects. The people in power that he respects. Yeah.
So that's what's making him come off as racist, but I don't really believe that he is.
I do.
But he's stupid.
Ooh.
The people that voted for him is even more stupid.
Ooh.
You got your flip. You see his flip flops over there.
Yeah.
You hand me one of them.
That's what I said. All the motherfuckers that talk shit about him in the beginning of that race. Because you gotta understand that mayors and governors and senators and all of them, they vote too.
Mm-hmm.
And they should count that?
Mommy said she wanted one of your flip flops.
A weird little bug. It's nice. One of them bugs. I've seen one before on the sofa. I can't say what the fuck they are.
You should have looked at it first.
I did. I don't know what that is. This is little and weird.
You should have looked at it.
Baby ladybug, maybe?
I can make up if you showed the ladybug.
Definitely kill it.
No, it's not a ladybug.
Kill it!
It's like dark color. They don't be red. They be like gray and black, it looks like. It was one on this sofa right on this side before. I don't know what it is. I know. It ain't a bed bug. Praise God. Because I was, oh my God, he's flipping the fuck out. I don't know what it is, though. But this is the second one I've seen in the last week or so. On this side of the sofa. Yeah, I don't know what they are. We might gotta move this sofa and see if there's something under it. We gotta be careful with leaving food.
I told you there was a plate under it.
Right, I got it. We gonna have to, because seeing that fucking chicken bone back there, finding these plates and shit under the sofa got me kirking out. Like, what the fuck is going on? I don't want food under my sofa. That's disgusting. Like, we gotta, I don't know, we gotta keep checking them or something. Cause that shit, I don't play stuff like that. I don't want food on my floor, period. Especially not under the sofa where it'll never be seen until we start seeing bugs and shit.
Oh. But not only that, look. The illegal Mexicans, they voted for Trump too.
Yeah, because they didn't want their other family members to come over. Some of them admitted
Because
it.
they don't understand this motherfucker that love Mexico. They already know. Once they in like roaches.
And the president maintains that other countries have not treated the buying power of the United States fairly, and he is hoping that some of that money that comes in through tariffs can be used to strengthen
the value of a U.S. dollar. That's why
This is all the scheme, not like a weird one. Yes, I speak English. What do you think I speak? Dramatic? No.
Of why they are necessary and how they will encourage people to bring business inside the United States where tariffs would not be at play. That will certainly not, that is not something that happens immediately. And so if that is going to be an incentive, the president will have more work to do to try to bring that together. And we're already seeing the countries will respond because of the tariffs that President Trump is putting on them. So there will be waves of this in the days to come, Kristen.
And Kelly, of course, all of this comes against the backdrop of this standoff with Ukraine, the United States pulling aid from Ukraine. Some are looking at this situation and calling it a realignment. The White House says not so. They say this is what the president campaigned on, trying to negotiate a deal. This is part of the deal-making process. What are you hearing about
That's
that?
fucked up. Look at who's over there suffering. Like, so pulling help from them is awful.
A very difficult meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky in the White House last week, where he was ultimately asked to leave, and things got heated. You had the vote of the United Nations, where the U.S. sided not with our European allies, but with Russia, Hungary, and others. And then you have pausing the Ukraine support, the military support from the United States, which has been appropriated by Congress. And this is a pause, not a cessation, as far as we understand it. Those three data points tell you that the president is put a lot of pressure on Zelensky and Ukraine to reach a deal. If the president is able to achieve a deal, that would certainly be a considerable success that he would tout. A lot of the questions remain about what that deal would look like. Would it be to Russia? And so those are the pieces of this. We expect Ukraine to come up tonight, and certainly because
they don't put the Americans at a
Congress has
disadvantage.
played such an essential role in providing that funding. That could be one of those moments where you see Republicans and Democrats responding differently. Kristen?
Yeah, we'll be watching very closely for the response on both sides of the aisle. And that takes me to Mel on Capitol Hill. So let's talk about what we're seeing from congressional Republicans who, quite frankly, have been on board board with just about everything President Trump has done so far, Mel. But what has their reaction been publicly and privately to the tariffs?
Yeah, this is no different because publicly there is broad support from Republicans for these tariffs, which, as you point out, is pretty much the case with anything Trump does here on Capitol Hill. And the general response I've gotten from Republicans in talking to them over these past few days is they are willing to give Trump a long leash and some wide latitude to achieve his objectives, but they have given different responses when it comes to exactly what those objectives are. Some Republicans, including Trump himself, have said these retaliatory tariffs are in response to open borders, in response to trying to contain the flow of fentanyl coming across our borders. But other Republicans, including Speaker Mike Johnson, have given a different justification. Take a listen.
If we have a country that we have a huge trade imbalance with because they're charging 100% tariff on imports from the U.S., well, then we need to bring that down. How do we bring it down? By giving them a dose of their own medicine. My suspicion is if there's a country that's charging us hypothetically 100% tariffs on imports, and we do the same, they will begin to lower those import tariffs pretty quickly. And you will get back to a point of equilibrium that does resemble free trade again.
Right.
I think that's
gonna make me hungry, this
our
trend.
country. And as the president said, just have a little patience with this. Let it play out, see how it develops.
Here's
and I
an
think at the end of the
outro.
day, America's going to be better off.
But behind the scenes, there are some Republicans who are uneasy with these tariffs. There's concerns about the cost of goods going up, and that could be a huge issue in the next midterm elections. And there's also concern from Republicans in agriculture-heavy states that this is going to hit farmers and hit producers. And so it was interesting to hear John Thune, who hails from one of those ag-heavy states,
Yeah, so she's
saying
just
that
gonna
he
start going
supports
bad
Trump's
on
stance
herself
by
because
Trump
people
for
ain't
now,
gonna be
but
able to
that he
afford it
hopes
back.
these tariffs are only temporary.
Yeah, I think that privately,
Especially if they already high end in the
some
motherfucking way.
consternation. That's for sure, Mel. Let me ask you about the Democratic response by Senator Slotkin. Kind of takes on new meaning, given that Democrats are really struggling to figure out what their message is moving forward. What are you expecting?
Yeah, and Kristen, I know you've done some great reporting on this as well. She's told reporters that she plans to really lean into her hometown roots. She's from Michigan. Obviously, that is a state that Trump won, but she was able to prevail as well in the election. So she's been a sort of rare bright spot for Republicans. And notably, she's going to be giving her speech from a town outside of Detroit where she won, but Trump also won, which really just represents why she is such an electoral talent for Democrats. But I think there's two things she's going to be hitting on in her speech. First of all, she has a very unique security background, national security background. She was a former CIA agent, and so she's going to lean heavily into that, we're told, especially given the Oval Office blow-up between President Volodymyr Zelensky and President Donald Trump. And then she's also expected to outline the economic vision for Democrats and particularly highlight some of the impacts of these DOGE cuts and Trump policies on workers. Of course, that is a message that Democrats across the board are hoping to hit over these next few days and months.
Absolutely. I think they'll be listening closely to see if she offers somewhat of a playbook for them as they head into the midterm elections. All right, Mel, thanks so much, Brian. Let me turn to you now. Let's talk about the dollars and cents of all of this. What could the actual real world impact, Brian, of these tariffs be when we are talking about items? What prices are you looking at?
Yeah, well, Kristen, it's wide ranging because these three countries that we just tariffed as of midnight, China, Mexico, and Canada, are our major top importing partners. So when we talk about Mexico, think about fruits and vegetables. We import a lot of produce from Mexico. And we import a lot of agricultural products from Canada as well that people might be overlooking. It's not just maple syrup. Things like, for example, potatoes and grain. You do also have the looming steel and aluminum tariffs next week, which are also a major export from Canada into the United States as well. I want to also point out potash is a product that we import mostly entirely from Canada. That's a major agricultural product that farmers in the United States use to fertilize their soil. So even for domestic agricultural production, this is a big deal as well. The one industry, though, that is going to be disproportionately impacted by these tariffs is the automotive industry. We bring soil, so even for... I want to also point out potash is a product that we import mostly entirely from Canada. That's a major agricultural product that farmers in the United States use to fertilize their soil. So even for domestic agricultural production, this is a big deal as well. The one industry, though, that is going to be disproportionately impacted by these tariffs is the automotive industry. We bring in so many parts from Mexico. We assemble a lot of these cars in Canada. Every time it crosses that border, it's going to get tariffed.
That's the attack that separates the rich from the poor.
Yep, right. The rich and still
still managed. Yep.
are likely
Yep.
to feel this.
Or
impact.
downgrade and still be
That's
decent.
a lot of
Right.
money there.
Yep.
Let's talk about what a 25% tariff actually means. Does it actually translate into a 25% price increase, or how does that work, Brian?
Look,
Not necessarily, but look, the idea here is that if you are a company in the States that brings in raw materials or brings in the entire finished good from another country like Mexico or Canada, that's now going to cost you 25% more. So do you pass on all 25% of that to your customer? It's going to vary depending on what company you're talking about. But look, we've already
Hell
heard
yeah, they are.
Who's
Well,
gonna
with
pay
that.
for it?
Target CEO Brian Cornell, who
Who's
told
gonna
our
pay for
partners
it?
over at CNBC, and I'm reading this verbatim, those are categories where we'll try to protect pricing, but the consumer will likely see price increases over the next couple of days. That doesn't necessarily imply, Kristen, 25% all going to the consumer, but Target is saying we're going to have to pass along some of this. Either way, your price tag will increase.
All right, Brian Chung, thank you so much for helping us understand this moment a little bit better. We appreciate it.
Because they want to pay the increase, but then they want to get their money back.
Freedom,
They want us to pay the tariff too.
will be center stage at
That's how
tonight's
fucked up.
address.
That's how stingy the
President
wealth
Trump now
is.
tasked with
They
detailing
want us to
the
pay the
overall
tariff too.
goals for the massive changes he's made
Right.
since taking office 7 weeks ago. And
You gotta
Democrats,
pay
who have
anyway,
not always
dog.
been in alignment with the Trump administration's legislative agenda, will now have an opportunity.
That's the same thing
to
with
respond.
housing. You increase. What's the difference?
36 million.
What's
That's how
the
many people
purpose
tuned in
of
for President Trump's last address to a joint session in 2020. The traditionally
increasing
popular
pay,
event has
but
served
then
as a
right between increasing
for the
pay,
standing president to address key
you
issues
increase
within our nation.
housing?
This year, Democratic Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan
What
will
the fuck is
respond.
the purpose for?
Slotkin served in the House and
It's
also
to pay
has
a
deep
tariff.
background in national security
It's to pay a
and
tariff.
intelligence. Thus far,
I feel like
President Trump
that's
signed
what my
dozens of
job
executive orders
give me that
to cut
3%
millions in
because it
federal
still is
spending
only
and
$50
jump-started the
more each
largest
paycheck.
mass deportation
This the
in
same as when I got the 1%. It increased by $50. So I'm like, okay, now they saying
However, the potential hike
basically
in
just based on the fucking economy, it really didn't increase. It's just everything else increased. So y'all had to give me that increase.
reporting from the
It won't
Yeah,
just
because people gonna start walking on the
unemployment
motherfucking
rate.
job.
Right, if I can't afford my
People
shit.
probably still walked off a motherfucking job, especially if they was living below what they
And President
need.
Trump is expected to focus on foreign policy and the economy in tonight's joint address to Congress. Let's bring in Republican former Congressman Anthony Desposito of New York, along with ABC's contributor, former Progressive Senate candidate Christina Sassoon Ramirez for more. Thank you both for coming on. Congressman, what does President Trump need to say in tonight's address to reach
Just like,
Americans?
for example, the people that I was just working for.
Not an example. No offense, no offense.
They won't pay me enough to do every motherfucking thing as a maintenance guy. They won't pay me enough. I should have came in at least $30. With all the issues that y'all had, like, come on, man. Like, no. Get somebody that y'all paying good money for to do it. And it's so crazy because they won't pay you, but they'll pay a contractor. You see what I'm saying? Make it work for motherfucking while. You know that shit fucked up. Don't try to underball no motherfucking body or lie and manipulate the motherfucking situation, because at the end of the day, you still ain't gonna, with me, you ain't gonna get what you want.
Right.
You ain't gonna get what you want. That's just crazy.
Some dips to the market because investors are concerned. But in the long term, this is about doing what's best for the American people, for the stability of our economy,
straight off the top.
of this country. And
That
it's
way
all
you ain't got
about
no
America
problem.
first. And like you said, his focus tonight is the renewal of the American dream, and he is working hard to get to rebuild that.
Trying to get Wubba on the motherfucking body since day one. That ain't gonna keep him.
President Trump says his goal is peace. So is it worth being tougher on Ukraine and improving relations with Vladimir Putin if that helps achieve that goal?
I mean, there has been a total horrible rewriting by Trump and J.D. Vance, but not even acknowledging that Putin and Russia has been the aggressor of a sovereign nation trying to take its territory. It's, of course, Ukraine has the right and the need to be at the table, and they have sidelined them in that process. You see Europe stepping up and saying that they want to come up with a deal and then present that to the United States. The United States has a key role here. We have to decide if we want to support democracy or dictators. And right now, it looks like Donald Trump wants to support dictators in the long run. I don't think that's good for the American people of the United States. And so
I don't even know no
we're seeing a
Indian.
total reworking of our
I don't know one goddamn Indian. Why is you calling me? It's 7:30. What the fuck do you possibly want with me that you can get to a conclusion about?
You a hot mess.
shows strength to Russia.
Oh, I got the mail today. We had to leave, so y'all stuck in the leaf drawer, but it's got through rubber band away. I went to the post office and got it. I'm so sick of doing that shit.
Oh,
Every time I asked them, they ain't got no answers. I'm like, did y'all? They said last update was that they ordered it. They ordered the fucking box, but they haven't said when they gonna put it up yet. I'm like, okay, so what the fuck good is that y'all ordering it? Who's gonna come? If it's just, is it just sitting there? Has it been shipped yet? Like, what's the next fucking update? It's just fucking annoying. Like, I wish I could sue their asses because I feel like that's fucking with the sale too. Like,
the amount of money that we were sending to Ukraine and to what end? When is this
annoying about it, shit, period. I ain't even having to go up to that motherfucker. Keep getting my mail. Then a little bitch today talking about, oh, there's no mail for you. She went back there, took 10 minutes to look. She come back with no mail. I'm like, all right, what the fuck she gonna say? So, oh, you don't have any mail. I said, I get the messages every morning. I got mail. I said, I can see my mail. Like, I can pull them up and show you I got mail. She was like, there's nothing for 1514. I said 1510. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. You is. Like, girl, don't you work here? Should I go back there and get my own mail?
Good one. That's our baby, right? See how it feels? See?
what
With the
the?
bullshit?
I'm like, as long day I fucking had, like, lady,
check my background,
do not
bitch.
play with me, right?
Check my background, bitch. I know exactly what my mail is.
Right,
bitch.
exactly.
Like,
I can show you
I can
what
show
mail
you
I
where
got.
it's at.
Like,
You need some training?
right, that's how efficient I am. I can show you what pieces of mail that I have.
People
Like,
don't be.
just don't be. I don't know
For
where the
real.
brain was. You at work, it's empty in this motherfucker. Like, what else you got to
You got
think
to
about?
do.
What you focused on?
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
Lord, she should have wrote it down before she went back there. Like, maybe she should have wrote the number down. Because she was back there for about 10 minutes and came back with nothing. I'm like,
Don't want to listen.
Right.
So
don't
busy
wanna
trying to
fucking
get smart.
Right.
You being lazy.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
you do lazy anyway because you hear lazy.
Right, exactly.
You don't listen to the details. I'm going to need you to exercise that.
Right.
Put some dumbbells on your ears, bitch. Strengthen them bitches. Strengthen them. Get them strong.
Right.
You could be running like a motherfucker.
Right. I'm like, you had 4 digits. And I said 1510. Like, I put it in twos. Like, I was
15.
so confused.
Like bingo.
Right. I'm like, how she switched that around
Like
by the
Lotto.
time she got back there. Like,
First number 15. Second number 10. And she confused from there.
right. She already was
Yeah, confused.
like,
After the first number.
right. I had to shake my head. I'm like,
She didn't hear shit else after that.
right.
What she wanted to hear.
Right. I said she wanted to come back with no meal so bad.
Right.
She wanted me
She
to not
wanted
have
to
no
be right
meal
so
back then.
bad.
Yeah. She wanted me to not have meal back then. Like, lady, if you go get my shit.
The lady told me I can have whatever 3 pieces of chicken I want for $5.
What
And
lady?
then to the lady at Popeyes, that's the manager special. Talking about something. Talking about something. I said, all right, well, give me 2 breasts and a thigh. She said, oh, we charge extra for the breasts. That ain't in the 3 pieces I
Right,
want.
exactly,
Like,
right, Lord. How they gonna say that?
there you go, add that. That ain't what you said.
Right, that ain't what you
Like,
said.
who get the manager? Get the
you
manager.
actually been some You stupid, they did it.
Yeah, they gave me what the fuck I asked for.
You said 2 breasts
She
on the
said
side.
5. She said 537. Yeah, I know it's 537. 2 breasts and 2 gas. 2 breasts and 2 thighs. I need to put anything else in that goddamn box.
Oh my God.
Like, that's what you said. I just repeated what you said. And 3 pieces of chicken that you want for $5.
Right. Then what I tell you?
In the conversation. Oh, I forgot to tell you that the president. What the fuck you did?
Right.
You forgot to tell this nigga behind me that.
Yeah, right.
That ain't what the fuck you just said.
Right. Not in this deal.
Not in this deal. That ain't what the deal went to.
Right.
That ain't what you said. You gave the deal to me, and I said I won't. I ain't had to ask you. You gave it me.
Right.
And I took it. Deal said, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you it's an extra $1.
Right. You forgot to tell me.
You switched the whole deal up there. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. Okay, you switching in terms. That ain't what she told me. That ain't what the sign say.
I am
What's
too
wrong with
pleased.
you? In the same breath. I couldn't even blink. I ain't getting a good blink in. She said, oh, it's actually $0.37. That ain't what you said. That ain't what the sign said. That ain't what you said. That's
Exactly right. That
you
was
went
part of it.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6. Then we ain't even got to the tax yet. I ended up spending $8, $9. And that bitch said $5.
No.
Come on, man, make it make sense. You stupid, I'm stupid. I ain't stupid. I ain't that stupid. I ain't that stupid.
This house overpriced as shit. Oh shit, I'm over my bed. Looking at this house, it's like it's overpriced as shit. This shit been sitting on the market for 98 days, and they only just bought it down 5,000. It's a beautiful house, but it's not worth that. 98 days it's been sitting on the market. 98 days. It's overpriced.
Because it's only goes slightly over 2,000 square feet.
Exactly. This should be more like $370 at the most, not $399. They had it priced for $400 something. So it's nice, but more than likely they're gonna have to drop it about 20,000 because 98 days is a long. That's a third of a year. They're gonna have to drop about 20,000.
Motherfuckers gonna have to play that game because. And hope like hell the equity shoot up, but right now the way it's looking, and shit going financially, equity ain't going no goddamn way.
It's beautiful.
It ain't gonna jump like it did.
Hell no.
Like it 3 years like it did for you.
No, it ain't. It's a beautiful house, but it's not even carpeted. The bedrooms is wood. The bedrooms is wood floors. Like, ain't nothing special enough about it for it to be almost $400,000. It's not a stand. If you look at it, it's nice. The rooms look big, but it's standard. There's nothing like.
We seem to be forgetting.
The bathrooms is nice. They look like they redid the bathrooms, and they probably tried to tack the price of what they paid to redo them fucking bathrooms and wanted the house, but that's not good enough. It's a beautiful house, but it's just a beautiful house. And in this area, this is the same area we look. This is Marana. This is the area we've been looking in, and it's not. The rest of the houses is not this much. 2,100 square feet is not enough for you to try to get $400,000 out of the house, especially if it's not nothing. I ain't seen no chandelier or nothing like. Oh, they got little chandeliers, but they're not like immaculate. There's nothing outstanding about it. That's why it's been sitting, because it is overpriced very much.
Efforts to make those cuts to government programs. Do you support shutting down the government over this? I never support shutting down the government, but I'm for using every bit of leverage I have. Right? I mean, there's polls that show that Democrats aren't doing enough.
Yes, can I get an order of 10 wings?
And my vote. So there's a heck of a lot to bring back. And also, think about it this way: fool me once, shame on you. Why would we trust this president that he would actually spend the
Tell him to pick a butter.
open conflict with Article 1, that he controls the power of the purse? So look, if they want to talk, they want to negotiate, they want to compromise, fine. But we're a long way from the reality of that situation. Just because of the way
You gotta pay over the phone.
You pay in person. I'm cold. You want the Bombay wings, a 10 and a 6, and then the table.
What about the heckling?
What else is new? The president expects it. Look, these are the same people we had Nancy Pelosi tearing up papers in a completely inappropriate manner, making a mockery of the room. We've seen time and time again that they use this as a platform to look like disruptors themselves, but all they're doing is disrupting America. We have such momentum right now. President Trump is ready to speak about how much he has done in just shortly over a month. It is an extensive list. I don't know how he's going to fit it, frankly, in the
right, no motherfuckers got tax money.
Oh yeah, they
yeah, it is.
That's what I was meant to. I'm glad you said. That's what I meant to. All this stupid ass shit going on. I was supposed to call the people last fucking Friday, and
we know you're coming, but
babe, you gotta call. Can you leave a voicemail tonight so she can get back to you tomorrow? Just see if she can email us to you. Because what I'm scared of, and I don't know 100%, but I was thinking about it. I said, if we end up getting an offer like tomorrow, I want us to go see that other house that we did. I'm in love with the house. I tried not to fall in love with it, but I'm
Good. You're in my way. You're in my way.
I want us to go see that house literally the day we get an offer put in. The day we get an offer on this place, I want to go see the other one and be trying to put an offer in on that place at the same time. That's how bad I want that house. I prayed to God about it. I sought to God about it.
What deal?
I don't know if he gonna give it to me, but that's the house that I want. I want it so bad. I'm not even gonna lie, babe. I want that house so bad. So I'm gonna leave it up to God. Yeah, if it's ours, then it's ours. If it's close, the other house is going to. The other Glenwood house is going to.
I mean, it's comical. I'm just listening to think, where do I even begin?
But I like this one more, and this one is cheaper. This one is only $375. I think we can offer them $370. If we end up being the first offer, I think we can safely offer them $370.
Safely.
Get rid of fraud. And the only people that are screaming and are upset are the ones that
I'm praying some of the showings. We had a lot of showings so far.
NGOs,
I'm praying so many showings make a difference. Especially for the effort that we put in, like running around this house 2-3 times a day behind these kids ain't no joke. Like,
taking taxpayer dollars and you're not working for the federal government and you're double dipping. That is this administration. And by the way, the hardworking Americans that he's speaking about, they work their butts off to make up for the amount of fraud and waste that we've had in this country. And we're trying to get that money back to them. So they can cry wolf all day long. I really don't feel sorry for them. They should get back to work for the American people like President Trump and this administration.
I'm going to squeeze this in. Trump triumphs. Doge savings, $105 billion. That doubled in a week. Pledged investments in the U.S. more than $1 trillion. Border encounters down 95%. Remarkable. A lot of executive orders and companies confirmed at 22. The market, meanwhile, sold off 2 days in a row. They do not like these tariffs. What is the Peter Navarro's coming up in 20 minutes? I don't want to steal his thunder, but what's the challenge right now in trying to make this work and not send the economy in a tailspin?
I think, honestly, the biggest challenge we have is that these are Biden's economic numbers. We're in the first quarter, so we're dealing with the repercussions of what was, and we're trying to fix it as quickly as humanly possible. Tariffs are not a bad thing. They are good for the American people. It means we demand to be treated the way they treat us. It's called putting America first, but also equality and fairness across the globe. We want to continue to do business, but in a fair manner. That's not the issue. We have a different issue. Biden's administration was killing chickens and thought that was going to help the avian flu. So now we have an egg problem. We're still correcting problems economically, and we need to bounce back. But it's going to take time. We're working really hard at it.
Okay. See what we get tonight.
Alina Habba, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. See you tonight.
Oof, I wasn't recording.
Council, the President Alina Habba. Thanks for coming back. Good morning to you there. I want to ask you to give us a surprise, but I don't think I'm going to get very far on that. You heard Ilhan Omar move with that. What about the heckling? How will that be managed by the president?
What else is new? The president expects it. Look, these are the same people we had Nancy Pelosi tearing up papers in a completely inappropriate manner, making a mockery of the room. We've seen time and time again that they use this as a platform to look like disruptors themselves, but all they're doing is disrupting America.
We have such momentum right now. President Trump is ready to speak about how much he has done in just shortly over a month. It is an extensive list. I don't know how he's going to fit it, frankly, in the short amount of time that he has. But we literally had to condense it because there is so much good that has been done. So to the hecklers and to the people that refuse to stand up and clap for America, not just Donald Trump, shame on you. We know you're coming, but America's polls and what they're saying about President Trump right now and his crazy numbers and on how much approval he has, I mean, it's an all-time high, so it speaks for itself. Elena, hi, good morning. Hakeem Jeffries was out in front of the Capitol yesterday, and he was talking about that they are with the American people, that the majority of the American people want what the Democrats want. Watch here.
The American people are with us all across the country. People are rising up to push back against the assault on the economy, the assault on hard-working families, the assault on our democracy, and the assault on Medicaid. We don't need paid protesters, bro. The American people are with us.
I know he's a leader of the opposition right now, along with Chuck Schumer, but it does seem that they are struggling to figure out a way to contrast with President Trump. Yeah, the assault on the economy. I mean, it's comical. I'm just listening to that and to think, where do I even begin? I'm not sure why they're always playing the victim card. That doesn't really speak to America. We're not victims. We're tough people. We're patriots. What President Trump has done is cut waste, get rid of fraud, and the only people that are screaming and are upset are the ones that their pockets just frankly aren't being lubricated